now.
Cool. Get the video up as soon as we can. It's 5:22. And now it's time for 24 years at the tap end. It's Thursday. Woo!
It's also the last one before my birthday, next week.
What are we going to do about this? Because we can't change the whole name of the feature, can we?
Is this the last one?
What, of 24 years at the tap end?
I mean, do we finish it here? Do we rename it?
Maybe people have had enough as well. Maybe this is the time to finish.
Let us know what you think, because after the weekend, Chris is not going to be 24 years old anymore. He's going to be 25 years old. So, is this the ideal time to wrap it up? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on 81199. So this could be potentially the last ever one. Well,
it's been a journey.
Yeah, it certainly has.
Right, well then, guys, here we go. It will be the 18th year that we potentially finish on today.
Is everyone else feeling a little bit emotional?
No, because I know this is just one of those tactics to get higher sales figures, or like with chocolate bars where they go, oh, we're going to withdraw it, and then there's a big Facebook campaign and then it comes back miraculously, and it was never really going to go away. It was just...
Or bands that say that they're retiring and then do another comeback and another comeback and another gig.
How many times have you been to see the Streets now?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Very good point.
Mike Skinner says he's giving it up. Oh, and then he plays Butlins. And you go to every single one believing him.
Yeah.
And then he puts in another date.
It's fortune being a Streets fan, going to their last ever gig.
How many now?
It's been about 3 or 4, yeah. It's really annoying.
Come on, Mike, if you're listening. Decide when the last one is. It's costing him loads.
I think it is done now, but all the same, you never know.
You say that.
My 18th year. Keen?
Keen.
Ready.
It was a day that I've been waiting for many years. The transition from boy to man was going well, and today this was to be formalised with the celebration of my 18th birthday. For many years I'd wondered how I'd feel the day I turned 18. Gone would be the days of having to worry about ID, and being 18 pretty much ensured a free pass to do whatever I wanted.
That's not true. I've seen you get ID'd last week.
Yes, but at least I had legal ID then to be ID'd with.
Right. And what did you have before that?
No ID.
Sure.
These were very, very exciting times, and I was interested to see how my parents would change in how they treated me now I was an adult. As I walked downstairs, I realised that there was no immediate change. Like every birthday, the birthday clown was on the door.
Whoa, what's that?
This was a mascot-like character that went up on the lounge door whenever someone in my family had a birthday. I thought now I was 18 this might stop, but no, the birthday clown was there.
Why?
I don't know, it's just something from a young age.
Never heard of this.
Whenever it was someone's birthday, people put up balloons and that, we'd have this birthday clown just sort of blue tacked to the door.
And it's the same clown for every birthday?
Yeah.
In the whole family?
In the whole family,
Doesn't matter whose it is?
No.
Never heard of that. Have you?
No, never.
Must be a Pinner thing. If you live in the Pinner, Watford or North West London area, do you have a birthday clown? Get in touch.
I was pleased to see, however, that cards and presents don't stop when you turn 18. I half expected a handshake from my dad as he told me I'd now have to leave the house, but this was not the case. I got a digital camera from the parents, a great result. When you were 18, were you forced to leave your home?
I'd already left my home by then.
Really?
I was living in Bristol.
Yeah, and I was at university. But you're still living there now?
Yeah, well,
6 years on?
No, but what I'm saying, the day you turned 18, you weren't at university.
I was on air with a really squeaky voice and a really good morning voice as well.
But you were out in the world on your own. You had your own place and that.
Oh, yeah. I had a crib in Yate by then.
Oh, I wish MTV had come to see that.
Hello, I've got bills. This is my crib.
Here it is.
Here it is. It's right near Tesco.
My mum had booked a table for that night at a popular pizza restaurant that prided itself on express delivery. However, as a newly born 18-year-old, my intentions were very different.
You weren't newly born, you're 18.
Yeah, it just seemed like the right thing to say. What I mean is like a new 18-year-old.
All right.
Fate had decided that my 18th birthday would fall on a Saturday, so I was very keen to get involved in my first legal night out. By this point of the year, Dougsy Chaz and Chinese Dave were in the legal zone, having turned 18 in the previous couple of months. Most of the other boys would not be able to join us that night, which was unfortunate, but the way it goes.
Yeah, see you, bye.
We decided that we would venture into London for our first night out in England's capital city.
London?
Yeah, big.
Was it like one of them films?
It was exciting.
Yeah.
Because it was the big one. This wasn't even Watford or anything like that. We were going in.
Yeah.
This was a very big deal, and research was done in an attempt to find a suitable venue. But our night was sorted by a higher power, as by an amazing coincidence, Chinese Dave was contacted by an old friend who was celebrating her 19th birthday at a club in London on that very Saturday.
Result.
It was perfect, and to say we were excited was an understatement. As you can understand, there would be no time that night for an express pizza with the family. I rearranged the family meal for the following week.
I can't believe you haven't been to London before. It's not that far from where you live.
No,
it's like half an hour.
Been into London, but never out on a night out. You'd never risk it, because I always heard stories that, you know, they were very strict with ID in London town centre. No, in London.
In Leicester Square, you mean?
You know what I mean? So you just wouldn't risk it for a night out.
Did you go to Leicester Square?
I bet you went to Leicester
Yeah.
Square. Yeah. That's where all Londoners go for a top night out.
I met up with Dougsy and headed into Harrow to meet up with Chaz and Chinese Dave at Chinese's house. Chinese told us to bring shirt and shoes. We were heading into London, so it was important that we dressed in a way which would fit in with London clubbers. I wore school shoes. In fact, all the boys did. And I wore a white shirt.
Because that's what London clubbers wear.
In fact, London is one of the only places where you don't actually have to wear shoes to get into clubs, I think.
Yeah, I didn't know that at the time,
Yeah.
though. And you weren't going to take the risk.
No, absolutely not.
Chinese had promised he would supply us each with a blazer so that we looked the part.
What, all the same?
Well, I didn't have a blazer, but he had loads of them in his because he had a few older brothers.
So you're basically just dressed as schoolboys with big blazers on to make you look like London clubbers.
Was it a school shirt as well?
It was, no, just a white, no, it wasn't a school
You should
shirt.
have just
it
gone
was,
to school disco.
Yeah.
That's an idea.
You should have. Because you could then have worn the whole uniform, save you a lot of money.
Yeah. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? He did not disappoint. It didn't fit quite properly, but a blazer is a blazer, and in our eyes, it completed the London look.
So you've got school shoes on,
Yeah,
a
shirt
white shirt,
and a blazer.
undone.
Sorry, what we're talking about? The shirt, undone?
Yeah. Like no tie.
Oh yeah, no tie, no.
Okay, casual. And a blazer, what colour?
Just a standard, like, black. One of the, I think, was it Chinese who had a grey
Slightly
one?
funeral-esque.
Well, no, because we tucked it into jeans. The shirt into jeans.
Oh, nice.
This was before the times of The Only Way is Essex.
Right,
but
so I was going to say, you look like Mark Wright.
yeah.
Or Jeremy Clarkson. Same.
I'd like to think we looked smart. Although it was my 18th, we were going to a girl's 19th, and there were probably going to be other girls there. we couldn't let the side down by not wearing the correct clothes. Happy with our efforts, we set off for London. Few words were spoken, as we all concentrated on the night ahead.
Now, can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
You must have mussed up. You must have been wearing aftershave.
Yeah, and I borrowed that of Chinese Dave as well,
Right, and what was that?
because I had no musk.
High karate?
Do you know what? It would have been the one
Jazz?
that rhymes with, have it off.
You still wear that one?
I do every
Is
now
that
and
your
then, yeah.
signature scent?
Is it the cool one?
It is the cool one.
Yes.
No, that's not the secret scent that we've been talking
No,
about,
that's-
but
It's catnip for girls.
catnip, we'll call it catnip,
It's
alright?
not though, it smells like Elnet.
Catnip.
Black Panther.
Sex Panther.
Sex Panther. Same. Black Panther's the other one. OMG, you two.
Chinese had drawn out a detailed map to help us find the club, which was close to Leicester Square.
Oh, surprise.
We arrived at the tube station and walked up the stairs that opened up onto the busy streets of London. Everything went slow motion as we climbed the final steps. It was like walking through the tunnel at Wembley. As we reached street level, we stood there and looked around. This was it. Dougsy put a hand on my shoulder. I turned to Chazza and he just nodded. and someone from behind shouted we were blocking the stairs and had to move.